spend money twice, and well, maybe I've got insufficient funds in my account, which is quite possibly going to be the case. So, but that's a security vulnerability. You don't want people to spend money that they don't have, and so a consensus algorithm is the algorithm that is used to basically update all the records of the database without causing inconsistency.
Yeah,
because
updating the records.
Time, yeah. What's important is it's like a fundamental fact of nature that it takes time for one record to be sent to another place, for any data to be transferred from one place in the world to another place. And when you've got multiple servers all over the world, this is something which is an unavoidable fact of nature, that it's going to take time to update the databases.
And hence you've got all sorts of escrow third parties between international transactions to make sure that no one's taking advantage of any time vulnerability. So things happen at a certain time, and it can't happen after that, and it can't happen before it. Because if there is any window of time grace, it opens up the possibility of exploiting, or how can I say, interfering in the process in some way, and or the records. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Bank of International Settlements and all that sort of thing. It's a massive deal.
So if I spend money, it takes time for that record to progress. Escrow is that's between
of course,
parties.
It's part of that distrust.
I'm talking about
within the bank. Even within the bank.
Within the banking system.
You've got all sorts of server monitoring tools that are also looking at the timing of when things happen.
Okay.
So yeah, time is a vulnerability.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And hence why speed is sort of critical.
So within one of those decentralized, within one of these databases that has multiple servers, you sort of have to make always a sacrifice between consistency and availability, because it takes time from one record to go to another place. You're either going to have to choose between whether you want to access the data now and for a possible inconsistency to occur, or to have the data not immediately available, but to be ensured of its consistency.
Having taken time for it to be verified. Yeah. And which in turn means trusted.
Yeah.
Hence, you will hear the word trust thrown around the blockchain and Bitcoin a lot. Or you'll hear things like trusted counterparty or trusted third party or just trusted parties. That's what is actually being talked about. It's whether or not you can trust the record that is being moved around or copied or whatever being transmitted.
So a blockchain database uses a proof of work consensus algorithm, which is different from the way these banking algorithms traditionally work. The traditional banking algorithm only works within a trusted system, but the blockchain algorithm, combined with the proof of work consensus algorithm, when these two are combined, it allows untrusted parties, people who don't know each other all over the world, to be able to essentially trust each other, or trust the records as a whole. So there are individuals who might try to game the system, but there are so many other people verifying the payments that no individual will be able to do so.
Providing the network reaches a certain size, demanding a certain beyond a threshold of computing power. Back to our Excel spreadsheet. If one of the kids had, U-Butte super duper powerful PC and everybody else had, 20-year-old dogs, and that kid was on a super duper quick connection and everybody else was still operating by tin cans with strings attached to them, well, the kid with the super duper computer and connection could alter the records before anybody else could check whether or not those records are correct.
Yeah.
They just have to accept the recorded entry of the super duper computer and super quick connection. Now, that's what the consensus algorithm is trying to alleviate by having a consensus amongst peers. Now, the bigger it gets, the harder it is for that super duper computer to muck with the records and alter them from fact. So it requires an immense amount of computing power, and there's been reports around that it takes the power consumption of a small country to drive the blockchain now. Well, good.
I think I've heard you say that as an example.
None of that is really true. It's a lot of FUD. You'll hear the word, there's a lot of FUD.
I don't know.
FUD, F-U-D, fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Maybe.
Surrounding all the garbage and, come on, man. People don't even understand the blockchain. How are they going to understand power consumption, for God's sake?
Yeah. Except it's only really fearful for me if you actually believe that it cries about environmentalism and global warming and all that. But like if that stuff, if you turn a blind eye to that,
well, it's not even a blind eye; it's a critical eye. You turn a critical eye to that, all of a sudden Al Gore evaporates.
I'm just
and actually that's a good way of looking at it too.
Yeah. I'm skeptical.
That's a good way of looking at it.
I'm
Al Gore
so
evaporates. Think about that for a second. CO2, climate change, evaporation rates,
Brilliant. You're incredible.
Yeah, see what I did there? That was good, wasn't it?
Pat yourself on the back.
So anyway, the power requirements and the computing power requirements of mucking around with the records of the blockchain are really beyond this realm of possibilities now because it's just too big. And I don't know if have you seen the Lightning Network go off its head? Oh my God. The volume of nodes from Lightning are going off its head. But anyway, we're getting away from the blockchain. We are.
Yeah, we are. So the advantage of having a blockchain database is that you can have these important records, which can be public and which can be between these untrusted peers. This is an advantage because there's no longer such need to trust third parties such as banks,
you'll still have escrow services because the people don't trust each other.
Yes, but I think there will be more competition between the escrows.
Great thing.
Which is a good thing.
Competition. The more better.
The more competition, the more better. The more better, exactly.
No, we don't want to check that grammar. No, that's all right. Not when I'm using words like fair income.
No, we don't. Yeah, exactly.
So the blockchain enables the decentralization of trusting record keeping. Now, if you think about that, we've got, what did I say to you the other day? You destroyed 700 years of something? You ruined it? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to take time to explain. That'll be in the next one, but it's about the nature of currency and how there doesn't necessarily need to be one currency to rule them all anymore because the liquidity problem is
yes.
solved.
you can
with
just create crypto.
cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, you can
That's going to take a long
because
time to
of the
explain.
decentralized